wishes. I am feeling a little bit better. But let me tell you something. This new flu is a beast. Okay? All right. Welcome back to Miss B's Academy. Thank you for coming back. I am Miss B. I teach, but I'm not a teacher. I profess, but I'm not a professor. I instruct, but I'm not an instructor. I am being very careful with my I am statements this year. You read the title. She said, I hate you. Nobody wants to hear that, especially not a teacher. We have so much to do throughout the day. Man, we have too much to do throughout the day. We got to teach. We have to plan. We have to check our emails. We have to fill out reports. We have to make sure that students' portfolios are updated. There is too many things for us to do. Too many pressures from the job for us to walk into a classroom and have somebody say, I hate you. So Thursday, something happened that I wasn't really happy about, but I thought to myself, I'm not gonna let that bother me, because that was Thursday. Today is Friday, okay? Friday, Friday, let's go. So I come into class, and I just told them that. I was like, yesterday something happened. I decided to not let it get me down. It's Friday, I'm happy. Are we ready for the weekend? And one student was like, I love you, Miss B. And then another one was like, I hate you. Man, oh 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 man. All right. So what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do when someone says something like this to you, right? And especially in front of a whole lot of people, right? The other students were in the classroom, and it just brought down the mood. You know, have you ever been like all the way up here and somebody says something and you're like, whew, right? You just like kind of just fall down. Like that's exactly what happened. And then I had to smile. I also had to. The other thing I did was I was like, I love me. I absolutely love me. Absolutely love me. Absolutely love me. And all my flaws, absolutely love me. As an educator and a professional who works with students on a daily basis as well as adults, it is important that we model good behavior, even when we don't really want to model good behavior, right? Because what I experienced on this particular day with this person, this child, was a learned behavior. Somewhere along the way, she learned that this was okay to say to someone. Maybe she's heard it before. I don't know. But I decided in that moment that I was not going to let that dictate the rest of the class. And that's how we do in life in general. So I smiled. She would have caught me a couple of years ago, there would have been no smiling. I would have went in that half, as Funky Dineva says, okay? I also took a breath. And then I said, I love me, because I do. I really do love me. And then after that, there was a nervous laughter from her, in which she was like, I'm sorry, teacher, if I said something that hurt you. And that's when I had to stop her and say, you're not that important to me. In the larger scheme of things, we are all important. But at this particular moment in my life and in your life, nothing you say and do towards me will make me change my mood. After that, she shut up completely. You know what this reminds me of too? It reminds me of a story that Bishop T.D. Jakes told a couple of years ago. So apparently this woman believed that she was supposed to kill her husband and her children because she was meant to be his wife. And so she was going to kill his wife and his children so that they could be together. And this is in one of his sermons. And when she would call his house, he would respond with the same energy. So she's responding with that, like, crazy energy. So he responded the same way. And then one of the elders of the church said to him, she says, now, if this was actually sent by God, don't you think she would have been a lot more attractive? Let's face it. Wouldn't she have been? Right? And you have to really think about that. Like, So I don't think this was sent by him. So this is being sent by the other entity to throw me off, right? In these moments, you have to be really careful, because he said the next time she calls his house, he was like, in the name of Jesus, I rebuke you. And it completely set her off, right? It just cut it off completely, right? It just cut the head of the serpent off completely, just cut it off. She just stopped, didn't call him anymore, got over it. And so I remember him saying that had he lost his mind in that moment, he would have lost a lot of things, right? He's married, he has children, he's a mogul, he has businesses. It would have ruined his whole life. And so in moments when people do things that are not nice in public and in private, we have to really think about the bigger picture, right? The bigger picture is, I am, in this moment, someone who teaches children. I am also highly educated. I have been doing this job since 2006. And I would never want to do anything to jeopardize that, right? I'm amazing with my flaws. And I want to model good behavior for my kids. Because I know as children, even between each other, there are struggles and challenges and trials and tribulations that they go through. And children learn from adults how to respond to conflict and how to respond to just about anything, because they're sponges. What I love about that moment in class was how the whole mood of the class still stayed high. Partly because I didn't bring myself down to the level of what this student said. I went higher, right? And I know, Michelle Obama says when people go low, we go high. And trust me, there are moments when we do not want to go high, okay? We want to go in and let have and give people a piece of our minds. Another thing that I do constantly is not take things personally, to remind myself that what she said to me had nothing to do with me, right? And a lot of times that's really hard for people to understand, that what somebody has said to you and what they are doing to you is not about you. I also did something else. I stopped saying that things are happening to me. Now, I know I just said it, right? Y'all like, well, girl, you just said it. But here's the thing. This wasn't happening to me. It was actually happening for me, right? What for? What for? Because remember I told you on Thursday, something happened. And I was like, I'm not going to let anything change my mood. That was the test. She was the test to ensure that not only what happened yesterday, Thursday, did not bring my mood down, but nothing she would do today on Friday would bring my mood down. You have to be careful, right, with what you say, because a lot of times when you say something, you're going to be challenged on it. Oh, I'm going to stop eating sweets, or I'm going to stop doing this, right? And then the test comes, right? That was a test. I passed my test. I passed it with flying colors, and I also passed it in front of a bunch of students who now know how to pass tests just like this one. Because at the end of the day, teaching these kids English, they may or may not learn it, but they will learn other lessons through English, and that's very important to me. Another thing I do too, like I told y'all before, trusted journal. I like to journal a lot as well. Sometimes I take stuff out of my head and dump it in this book to make sure it doesn't like poison my heart or bring me down. Yeah, so she said, I hate you. And in turn, I said, I love me, and let her know that You're not bringing me down, darling. And let that be a lesson. So I'm going to end this video with go to work on time. Do your job to the best of your ability. Mind your business at all times and go home to the life you've been blessed with. And get yourself a journal. Girl, did you see? Yes, toucan. Love it.